walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah, we are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We are here for the weekly review show, and a big set of news that came out earlier today, which is Tottenham have sacked Nuno, Espirito, Santos, and the bigger news that it looks like Antonio Conte is going to be going to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We'll be talking about all of that, plus obviously Chelsea's win at the weekend over Newcastle, Brighton holding Liverpool to a draw at Anfield. We're going to be talking about that, and we're also going to be talking about Arsenal and are they back, and not in a jokey way, not, you know, are Arsenal back, ha ha. Are they really back? Have they come across a system, a set of players that is going to deliver them the success that they need? We've also going to be talking about Aaron Ramsdale, someone who I've backed, as everyone will know on this channel. I've backed Aaron Ramsdale for ages, so we're going to be discussing that as well, as Paul gets himself set up. He's having a great time today, I swear. He's loving it. He's loving it. But no, we are joined by a great...
I hate my loft, man.
It's
like the worst place. It's like, it's fine, the Wi-Fi everywhere, but it's just this particular place in the loft, and it just does not work. But it's the best place to do the podcast, and I have to do it in my freaking mum's room, and it does me head in.
Love it. But yeah, we are joined by a great panel. We have got Paul, Liverpool fan. Oh, this is a great start. Paul's having a great time.
What?
That's Harry.
Exactly.
No.
Oh, is that your hair?
No, he's just said they're not his. I'm presuming they're his mother's or something. But we're joined by Paul, and always we're also joined by Kenny and Velv as well. How are we all doing today, guys?
Fuck, we had more.
Depends what we're talking about, to be honest.
But yeah, so let's go to some comments. Big up to Mustafa in the chat as well. Max says, "Sup, Niall, bro," and the other lads on the power note. How are we doing? We're good.
Yes,
good.
Max.
Lancy says, "Only fucking massive team scored 4 this weekend." Gotta love it. Lancy is gassing his team, and Max says, "Ramsdale, fucking class." Well, I could have told you that for free, and I did tell you that for free earlier on. Well, actually, last season I told you when he was at Sheffield United. I see a lot of Gunners have jumped on to the hype train.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what fucking took you so long. And to all the abuse you gave Aaron Ramsdale, he's not going to be good enough for Arsenal. He's not better than Leno, all of that crap. We at the Aaron Ramsdale hype train would like public apologies on your Twitters right now, you bunch of wankers. It's actually disgraceful. But we'll be talking about Ramsdale. But let's get into it. It's been an interesting match week for sure. Match day 10. There is only one place to start, though, and that is at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Normally, we would do this, sort of time order. So normally we would start at the King Power, where Arsenal won, but we can't because today Tottenham Hotspur sacked Nuno after Ole had beaten him 3-0. But Ole did change up his formation. He did, He went to a back five. He went all Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Conte on the Premier League. He was successful. You can't argue it wasn't successful. For me, it's not a long-term project. It can't be a long-term project. You've got about 9 attackers in your team, in your squad, right? If you're only going to have 3 spots per game, you are going to have an you're going to have a riot on your hands. The likes of Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Jadon Sancho are going to be bashing your door down going, I want to fucking leave if you're not going to play me. And if you're going to stick with the Ronaldo, Cavani, Bruno, then, you know, you're going to get a lot of anger from a lot of your players. That's my opinion. I also don't think you've got enough centre backs in your squad to even consider trying a back five, unless you want to start playing the likes of Phil Jones and Eric Bailly, which we know. Well, Eric Bailly definitely won't play a volley, but we'll start with Kenny. Declan Rice is the best player in the league, says Lanzi. No, none of this Popala or Ronaldo nonsense. Well, we all know that Mason Greenwood is best player in the league, but we'll skip over that. They finally fucking won. Viva Ronaldo. Ronaldo's goal was good. Bruno with a very good assist. But Kenny, I'll start with you. You've beaten Spurs 3-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Some of your fans, you know, back on the Ollie hype train. Ollie's at the wheel, blah, 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 blah. You know, very typical, really. You know, he gets one good result and everyone's back on the train and he's back on the wheel. It's a bit of a joke sometimes. But firstly, talk to me about the change of formation, because you went from the 4-2-3-1 to the 3-5-2. Do you like that formation? Do you see it as a long-term approach from Ollie? Or do you see this as, look, his job was really under threat. He's going to use it against Spurs, probably City, probably Chelsea as well, maybe even Arsenal. But he is going to revert back to the 4-2-3-1 because, you know, to play with this three at the back, you're taking away an attacker and putting in a defender, which I don't think your squad isn't balanced enough. You haven't got the squad there. So talk to me about the formation first. Is it something that you want to see going forward long term?
I don't want to see it long term. It's also hinders Greenwood, Rashford, and especially Jadon Sancho. He's £73 million, and if we carry on with this, that's £73 million completely wasted because he just doesn't fit in the formation. I think the reason it looked okay or looked good against Spurs is because they were so bad. That was the only reason it really looked that good, because they had 0 shots on target, mind you. I don't think it's good enough long term. I think even against City, I think it's not that. Against City, it could work because it hasn't worked before. But I think I really don't want to see it long term. Also, Ollie is all about this United attacking football, United football. Basically, it's called. I mean, and then he just reverts back to this. He reverts to Conte football, basically, as I like to call it. So yeah, I really don't want to see this long term. I think it's good for today, and I think we should still experiment with it. We should still try it in some matches, but I really don't see it being good long term.
No, I definitely hear that, and obviously it will hinder the likes of Mason Greenwood. It's why I said that, look, Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho will be knocking on Ollie's door going, boss, if you're not going to play me, I want to fucking leave. I think Mason Greenwood would probably be the prime example, maybe even Sancho, because they'll be thinking, look, Greenwood's going to be aware that he has got the ability to hit the very top of football. He's got the ability to probably be considered in the debate with Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, you know, maybe even Mbappe. So I think Greenwood will know he's got that ability, but Greenwood will also know that he needs to play for that ability to be unleashed. So there's going to be an issue for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think, there. I also think there'll be an issue with Jadon Sancho because he'll be looking at what he's done at Dortmund. He'll be like, look, I need to play. You're not going to play me. I want to leave now. And ultimately, when Cavani and Ronaldo go, you may have already lost Greenwood and Sancho, and then you're fucked. Rashford probably stays because I don't know. I'm going to say something extremely controversial, and I hope it comes across in the right way. I don't know if Rashford cares too much about his career in terms of, do I think he will stay at United, be that happy to make the impact that he can. Maybe of a long-term view that he'll be able to cement a place when Cavani and Ronaldo go, and that gives him some more time to do the whole, not protesting, but the whole, the great things he's been doing for feeding kids, lobbying the government. So I don't know if he'll. I don't know where Rashford's sitting at the moment. I don't know if he's got that hunger. I think he's an incredible footballer, don't get me wrong. And I don't think he's suggested that he hasn't got that appetite to try and be the best that he can. But I don't know where he'll sit. I don't know if it'll bother him too much, him not playing every game, maybe of the long-term view that he'll get back into a team. I'm not sure. But Paul, I'll go to you next. Manchester United, this 3-5-2, do you see it being a long-term thing, or do you see him using it in the big games? Ultimately, I think he just got burnt by Liverpool quite a bit. Do you think he'll now maybe, and we see, and I think he should be flexible with his tactics. Maybe some teams he'll play a 3-5-2, the 3-5-2, and some he'll play the 4-2-3-1. How do you see this going?
I mean, I could obviously we beat them last week, and Ollie probably would have thought in his head that was time for maybe a slight tinkering. Obviously, it was Saturday, wasn't it, the United game? Obviously, it worked. It worked out. I can't comment too much on it because I'm not as not that I'm not as clued up, but I don't focus on the likes of the information and all that stuff. To be fair, to put it bluntly, but I mean, it's a change. It's a change for Ole. It's a change there, and it's worked. So the Ole's I'll have to put that on silence. The Ole at the wheel, maybe back on. I don't know, but it's definitely a good sign. I mean, if it keeps working, it keeps working. Whether a 3-5-2, the 5 in the middle, it compensates more for the amount of attacking talent they've got.
Yeah,
if you I mean, if you look at it that way, and yesterday, Saturday would have been a prime example.
Yeah,
but it was a poor performance from Tottenham as well. So
Spurs, and not a lot's being said about that. I mean, some of the pundits were like Spurs were ridiculously poor, and they were. I mean, I think ultimately that's why Nuno has gotten the sack. We'll talk more about Nuno in just a second, and Spurs as a whole, but they were ridiculously poor. But Velv, talk to me about United before we crack on to Spurs and all of the information going around Spurs at the moment. Firstly, the formation that Ollie went with. Do you see this being a long-term view of his, or do you see him, just trying to save his job and then he'll revert back to normal?
He's only doing it to save his job. Like when United linked with Conte, he's like, "Oh, I might as well do what Conte is doing," to show to Glazers, "Yeah, I'm Conte, man. You got the BTEC Conte here in United." He may be he maybe don't have that nice hair. He's not Italian. He's Norwegian, but he's just doing it to save his job. Even the game against Spurs, both teams were poor. Both weren't good. It was just United were the better of the bad bunch, really. Because
I also think with this formation, Wan-Bissaka on the right. I mean, sometimes that is painful to watch, boys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Watching how Wan-Bissaka try and offer an attacking sort of anything attacking really is basically harmful to yourself, because you're gonna laugh that hard. Because you're laughing that hard, you may not have lungs left. Because he's literally like asking a giraffe to kick a football. It's just absolutely, it's painful, boys. I can't lie.
I saw the video of him as a youngster.
Could the giraffe do it better though?
Maybe.
No, I'm telling you, watch that video of Wan-Bissaka playing right wing as a youngster. It's completely two different plays. That guy back then was doing rainbow flicks, back heel goals, and that. I don't know what has happened. I don't know how he's lost that technical ability.
He's aged like a milk that you left out of the fridge. Instead, you know how a lot of, as you get older, you age like a fine wine. In football, some will age like a fine wine. Look at United's attack of Ronaldo and Cavani, more Cavani than Ronaldo. Cavani's aged like a fine wine, whereas Wan-Bissaka's aged like, you know, sour milk. It's actually disgusting.
I think
Max says
I think you should give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt to Adam Wan-Bissaka. How old is he? He's like,
you're
he's only
joking,
like
right?
20.
I think
He's 24, isn't he? 23,
Yeah.
24. It's not
Mate,
that he's aged like
he's
a sour milk. If you think
23,
about
yeah.
it, Cavani is
He's
what?
Okay.
Cavani is
Mate,
like about 10 years older.
but I get all of that, but when you've got players like Trent, even Max Aaron's at freaking Norwich is better than Wan-Bissaka. Like, it's not good. And for me, if United were serious, if Ollie had a clue what he was doing, if the Glazers cared enough, I don't think Wan-Bissaka is a good enough right back for Manchester United. I don't think Wan-Bissaka should be anywhere near a starting 11 for Manchester United. Maybe on the bench, maybe sorting out the teas for the boys after the game. Maybe, I don't know, doing a few media shoots, or I'm not sure.
Oh,
Maybe
fuck off, a
something.
rugby score.
Maybe teaching young players how to, I don't know, slide tackle, because it appears that all he can do is slide tackle. I think his positioning is shocking, hence why the three at the back suits him as well, because his positioning doesn't really matter too much then. And going forward, I think he's absolutely fucking useless, to be honest with you. So there is a lot behind it. Let's go to some comments before we talk about the other club. Ollie said earlier, teams come first and squad morale is good despite some of the results. Atalanta are poor at home, Max. We should win, but I wouldn't be too shocked. City, we will definitely lose. Spurs will give Conte £100 million budget. If you think that, you are absolutely out of your head. They refuse to comment whether this is before or after they sell Harry Kane. I think if Conte comes in, Harry Kane might believe in the project a bit more, that's for sure. Everyone subscribe.
Conte doesn't need much.
Absolutely. He definitely needs a fair bit. He needs a new centre back for starters. Liam says, "Love the mic, bro. Looks great." And also, Ipswich get battered everywhere they go. Yes, I'm very upset that Richard Stubbs decided to deactivate Twitter after he came with such a disgusting energy, basically saying that this was our cup final. Well, we've had 4 cup finals apparently, because Bolton, Sheffield Wednesday, Ipswich, and some other small tin pot club that I can't remember all said that they were our cup finals, and we battered all of them. So yeah, I suppose Argyle are either really good at cup finals,
that's just a proper bland excuse of saying we were terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say that I could say that Brighton's game at Anfield was their final, but it really wasn't.
No. This was before. No, this is before they got battered and went home with the L. So I guess Argyle are just either really good at cup finals, or they were just chatting shit in their mid-table League One clubs. But we're not here to talk about Argyle. Evening, lads. Evening, Bailey. Wan-Bissaka would be our 4th choice right back, says Lanzi. That is generous. He's been sacked. Yes, Chris. Nuno has been sacked. But the thumbnail was made.
We need to build a statue for Nuno. He saved Odoi.
The thumbnail was made way before Nuno got sacked. I can assure you of that. Seeing United linked to Trippier for a while should go for him, in my opinion. He's a very short-term fix. I'm not sure if that's what United need to go for. I think Max Aarons would be a better fit. Someone a bit younger. With great talent, maybe even if you can get Trent, that might be a good shout. I'm not sure how keen Trent would be to join in Manchester United, but you could always try.
Well, actually,
I don't think how keen I'd be if he joined Man United.
I need to check something.
Thing is they chanted top of the league. You're having a laugh. Yeah. It's too bad Spuds will get Conte. United should have jumped on him. we'll talk about that. Ben Johnson is no fear of
Is he
match.
a long-term solution, though,
Wait,
Antonio Conte?
Danny Alves is not
I-
retired, is he?
I wanted to talk about this, right? So before we talk about, Spurs getting Conte, I'm hearing so many United fans, throwing their toys out the pram, going absolutely mad. Goldbridge being a prime example. I don't dislike Goldbridge. I think he does a lot, that's great for the community. But I do see him going, oh, we should have got Conte. Manchester United need to get their fucking heads out of the fucking sand, because you have built this team, right? You've built a wonderful team with wonderful attacking players, right? You've got about 9 of them, right? You are literally probably 2 or 3 players away from one of the best 4-3-3 formations you'll ever see in world football, right? It batters Liverpool's 4-3-3 in terms of personnel, right? All you need is a DM, a world-class DM that can play with Bruno and Donny either side of them, right? So you just need a world-class DM. You need a world-class right back who's got the positional sense that can offer the threat going forward, and potentially another centre back, because I do think Maguire is definitely shit enough to be replaced. You're 2 or 3 players away from one of the best 4-3-3s the world has ever seen. So why the hell you want to scrap all of that, go to Conte, go for 5 at the back, sell 3 or 4 of your attacking players to replace them with aging midfielders, aging centre backs? It really does not make sense. You only played the 3. Every manager has a system, and if you're a club, you have a system. I'll play 5 at the back, but guess what? Our manager has developed that system and brought the players in, because when he came in, we wanted that new project. This was the project, right? That's the equivalent of if Ryan Lowe didn't get us promoted, we sack him and then go, actually, we need to get a manager who wants to play really attacking players, 4, 5, 6 attacking players. Oh, we're going to need to rebuild our entire team. It's nonsensical. It's like Jurgen Klopp suddenly deciding, actually, I don't really fancy this whole 4-3-3 crap. I want to play 5 at the back. It's nonsensical and would make no sense. Conte is not the answer, right? Conte is not the answer.
I imagine a lot of United fans in that sense are just waiting to see the back of Solskjaer's head go through the exit door. I don't want to comment too much as a Liverpool fan, but I think some seem desperate, some seem angry, some seem annoyed, some don't seem as annoyed. It's a bit of a hard one, to be honest. I mean, even Gary Neville said it. Conte wouldn't be a fit for United. But you sum it up. You sum it up right there, Niall. To be honest, I'd have to say I do agree with you. Like,
yeah. I mean, if the only thing that I can think of is keep Ollie till the end of the season, then go all out for either Graham Potter or Eric Ten Hag. It's a risk, I know, but football is all about risks. Because guess what? No one knew if Jurgen Klopp would deliver a league title or a Champions League to Liverpool. Right? No one knew that. Right? It was pretty fair to expect Pep to probably deliver City trophies with their spending power and his history. There was also no guarantee that Thomas Tuchel in his first half a season at Chelsea would deliver him a Champions League. So there's risks all over the place in football. And ultimately, that's just football, isn't it? So my only thing is keep Ollie till the end of the season, see what he does. If he doesn't deliver a trophy, it's probably time to go. And then go all out for either Graham Potter or Eric Ten Hag, in my opinion. Bailey says he is short-term fix, not Nuno. He's a short-term fix, but if they want to challenge for a title, there isn't many other options, to be fair. That is true. I still think Max Sounds is a good shout. 2-1, great match so far. United should bring...
That's the emphasis, though, isn't it? Short-term, a title. Yeah. Their title that they haven't won in 2013.
Well, to be fair,
what happened?
To be fair, they have got Ronaldo for the next 2 years. So if they want to win something with Ronaldo, they're going to probably have to think short term. But it would go against everything that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has tried building at Manchester United, wouldn't it?
I think it goes against everything like the past since the Premier League era, it goes against the United values, if you like, bar the appointment of Jose Mourinho. I mean, it's the same with Liverpool. We don't really if we don't appoint managers for short term fixes, we appoint them for the long term. Jurgen Klopp, a prime example. Brendan Rodgers, Rafa Benitez, Gerard Houllier and Roy Evans, back end of the 1990s. That was more phase, and I can't, again, I wasn't born, but I think that was more of a phase now to Roy Evans. But then that obviously led to a different era. And I've got a bit of a problem with short-term fixes. I mean, it's hard nowadays not to go with a short-term fix if it guarantees you, say, for example, with Chelsea Champions League football, which financially, if they didn't get in there, they would probably suffer quite a bit. And sadly, that's the way football's going. Well, no, it's the way football has gone. But as a football traditional, a football traditionalist, I think it's hard and it's frustrating to see short-term fixes all the time.
Yeah.
No, like now, and all due respect to what a manager Jose Mourinho has been in the past, it's like Jose Mourinho. Something like going to Tottenham and United. Yeah, win some trophies, but he gets off after like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
There's no long term. You've got to lay. Well, that's the great managers. The great managers lay down a legacy for the next one. They
lay down the foundation.
I mean, again, they lay down the foundations. Bill Shankly did that. You can go all the way down there, and that's where this whole Liverpool way thing comes. Exactly, Jurgen Klopp's doing it. Hopefully, I hope we've got a plan for when he leaves, and that could be as soon as 2024. I hope we have a plan in terms of Pep Linders or even Steven Gerrard. But yeah, I mean, I imagine when Alex Ferguson left, you would have thought there was some sort of concrete idea of what was going to happen next, but obviously it didn't go to plan, and it hasn't. It's had its domino effect.
I think the issue, just quickly, the issue with Fergie it wasn't just Fergie leaving as well. It was David Gill. When you lose your chief executive and the manager who has run that club for the last 23 odd plus years, that is going to cause a severe gaping hole in your club. It hasn't quite worked out, but we could talk about United forever, but we can't. Liam says hiya, Paul.
Yes, Liam. I mean, I don't know what those hearts are for, but I'm just going to bypass that.
Didn't even last a full season. Dalglish was only brought in for a season a bit. Liverpool at that time were going through a rough patch. But let's talk about Spurs, because obviously they've sacked Nuno, and it appears that they're going to bring in Antonio Conte. Now, I'm hearing a lot about Tottenham's board is serious. They want to succeed, and they may well do in terms of the managers that they bring in. But none of them have won anything. Right? Poch didn't win anything. Jose didn't win anything. He probably would have, as I think City are ridiculously poor in that Carabao Cup final, and I bet you Jose wins it. So Jose, we'll say Jose was the closest to winning anything, because I'm not even counting that Champions League final Poch got to, because his team showed absolutely nothing in that game. But Paul,
I mean, leading up to the final though, leading up to the final. I mean, whatever team gets to the Champions League final is a good team, is a very, very good team. Whoever it is,
didn't win anything.
Well, yeah, no, they didn't win anything, but they were close to winning something. Hell, again, the massive point, the big elephant in the room. They got to the Champions League final.
I was close to shagging Beyonce as well, mate, but I didn't quite get there. You know, it's also well, and this is the beauty. It's also well getting close to something, but if you don't get it, you know, you haven't succeeded. Essentially.
Oh no, definitely. I just mean Pochettino. He had a good team. He obviously, to get to the Champions League final, he didn't win anything, and that's the main point. And I do understand that. I wouldn't be too unfair on that Pochettino's team. I thought it was gonna. I thought the only way was up for Tottenham, but it's just it just seemed not that they never got over it.
It was the morale.
But
they didn't.
It didn't. See the 2018 final against Real Madrid. That loss bred the hunger to go and win something next year, but that isn't what happened at Tottenham. Pochettino, who had been there and had set down a project with Spurs, he left. I think a couple of key players left. Kieran Trippier went to Eriksen, big one.
It was tough.
Stuff like that, and then Jose Mourinho comes in, and that's like an entirely different regime, then, isn't it? It's like Klopp leaving and bringing in,
and again
Jose Mourinho.
It's that different playing style, and that's the thing that happens. But Velv, I'll go to you first on this one. Tottenham, they've sacked Nuno. Is that actually? I'm not even going to bother asking if that was the right move, because I don't think he should have ever got the job in the first place. But they're looking at bringing in Antonio Conte. Do you see that as a better shout? What do you see Tottenham doing this year? I mean, if they bring in Conte, they've probably won the Conference League already. So I suppose that's a trophy for them, I guess. I don't know how gassed up they'll be for the Conference League trophy and watching Hugo Lloris hold it above his head. But I guess that they can enjoy that in May.
It's a good move from Spurs to get Conte in. Like, obviously they want instant success, but the Spurs fans don't need to be like soppy twats on Twitter, just saying like, "Oh, we want you to play the Spurs way. We want you to play the Spurs." No, shut up, man. If you want to win a trophy, then listen to your manager. Literally, you're the reason that Jose's gone, bruv. Like, Jose played a way that you can win trophies. But all your man was saying week in, week out, was crying on Twitter, "Oh, you're not playing attacking football. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. La-di-da-di-da." Like, just let Conte do what he wants, and you can win trophies. And obviously, he's not going to win the league. I think he'll probably get top 4, because you could say top 3 is already done with Liverpool, Chelsea, and City. And it's just that 4th place, because you got United, West Ham.
I don't agree. I look at this United squad and how bad OLE is. They've got incredible players. Conte could literally have fireworks farting out of his backside, or Harry Kane, shitting rainbows. I don't see how they can, overtake that United team this year. I think next year is a completely different question. Depending on what United do, but I just don't see.
Can I just put something out there?
Go for it.
Antonio Conte comes in. He's appointed Tottenham manager. He wins, say, the FA Cup. Like he wins a couple of FA Cups, or the FA Cup and the League Cup. He leaves.
Yeah.
What then? He leaves after 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
Well,
what happens then?
Any normal club would have a plan for that, wouldn't they? They'd look at the. Well,
but we'd be back at this podcast again, wouldn't we? We'd be
exactly
back discussing the same thing.
The thing is,
it's going to end in turmoil with Conte.
No, it will. It will.
I mean, he's a great manager. He is a great manager. Hell, he's just won into the league. And do you know what? Thinking about it, I'm probably being a bit harsh on Conte, because he won Chelsea the Premier League, and he has a really good 3-4-3 system there. I'm just going on from what I've seen, and I think
I was just about to say, Velv. I was just about to say, Velv. Did he give the other team that much of an advantage that he only played with 10 men per game? That's very nice.
It's awful. So he technically played with 10 men, but we will move.
Oh God! Don't say that. Chelsea fans will be in my DMs.
James scored more goals.
But let's talk about let's talk about obviously actually no, Kenny, give me your thoughts on all of this. Conte, Spurs, how do you see it going?
I think for Spurs it's a good move because I think Spurs are completely different to us. Spurs right now just need to end their trophy drought. They need that confidence right now. They got basically no confidence. They're as Jose said, they're too nice. I think they can get fifth, but I don't think they'll make it to that top four. Because I mean, even right now, Velv said top three is basically done. Right now, we're only 3 points off City, and the derby's next week. So if we're to beat City, we'd be level on points with City right now. But I don't think we can break into the top four. I think this season, I think he can get that squad to fifth. But the main thing with Conte is that he wins them a trophy most likely. I think that's the main thing. They need to end this trophy drought they have because it just destroys all the confidence. It just destroys all the confidence. I think that's why Conte did it. I think if he went to a top team who is used to winning trophies, I don't think he'd be that good a move if they didn't play that way already. But I think with Spurs, he should be a good move. Unless Spurs fans start that whining about it, but he should be.
No, they'll whine. They'll whine, all right. Paul, you were gonna ask. Let me guess. How long is their trophy drought?
No, I know it's about
13 years.
Yeah, about 13 years.
They won the league.
Trying to work out 12, 13. Yeah, let me ask you a question now. How long do you think Antonio Conte would stay at Tottenham?
2 years, if that.
I think
2 years.
I think Daniel Levy will say that he'll do all these things for Conte. So he'll say that, look, I'll invest in the squad. I'll do exactly what you want. Right? Conte will win them.
Okay, so say he... Go on, sorry, carry on.
He'll win them the Conference League. He may win them. Are they still in the Carabao Cup?
Yeah, he beat Burnley.
He may win them a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. Season after, there will be a lack of investment from Daniel Levy in terms of the players that Conte wants. Antonio Conte will start moaning in the press. It will become toxic. The fans will be like, how dare you don't play attacking football, blah, 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 blah. We want Poch back so we can orgasm on his face again. And then, yeah, we'll be back to this podcast with Tottenham fans going, I want Poch back. Bring me Poch, and talking about that team that he had.
Why? What exactly was the reason that he left? What was it? The lack of faith that
no,
Levy had
Poch had Spurs in 15th, mate. That's what got him gone.
But he had them in 17.
Okay, 17.
I mean, he had them in the Champions League final.
Yeah, season after though, he was 17th in the league. He couldn't do it. He couldn't get the players back up again.
In what month?
No, it's 3-0 to Brighton. November, I think it was.
No, yeah, it was October, November, wasn't it?
Well, so. you could argue that's a lack of that's a crucial lack of man management.
Their performances were really, really bad. They're way worse than right now.
Brendan says, do you see Kane staying at Tottenham? Because I can't. Bring in Conte, he might believe in the project a little bit more. Kane will go in January for a cup price. Again, it all really depends on if he believes what Conte thinks. Big up to RJ in the chat. Chris says, Kenny in. Klopp will walk in January, sick of the club to his core. I don't think he is. I don't think Klopp is sick of the club. Spurs
I'm not even going to comment on that.
2011 Carabao Cup, Robbie Keane, I believe. I thought it was in 2008 they won it.
I thought they
won it in 2000.
His name's not Effing Keno.
It was
Robbie
Michael
Keane.
Carrick was holding it.
Conte won't do anything at Spurs. No investment. The players are useless. Plus, if Jose couldn't do it, how is Conte going to do it? No, I think he can win them a Conference League, maybe even a Carabao Cup, FA Cup.
Final would be very interesting.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. That would be.
The Jose thing wasn't Jose's fault. It's just the club just stupidly decided to sack him before a major final.
Yeah, I think he wins that Carabao Cup final. Every single Spurs fan wanted Poch out. Then they were holding signs protesting against him. Now they want him back. to be a Spuds fan. It's brutal. But moving on, because we spent 40 minutes talking about that game. Let's move to the King Power. Leicester losing 2-0 to Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale proving why I backed him for we're approaching two years now that I've backed Aaron Ramsdale. Paul, Arsenal, are they back?
I think it's a bit too early to tell, to be honest. I mean, you've started the season well, definitely, but there's been some poor performances here and there as well. So, it's too early to tell. I don't think they'll finish I don't think they'll finish outside European competition again. Not at all. I mean, Arteta, he's had a season with Arsenal now, a season or two. This is his time, really. I think it should be. If he underperforms this season, then he's not the right person for the job. But if he does get them in top 5, then yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Kenny, what about you? Arsenal, are they back?
I think I've seen this sort of situation too many times recently with Arsenal, where they go on a good run of form, and they've been like 6 before. I still think they'll fall off again. I think you have to see much more games from them. I think, tell me in like February or March if they're in the same sort of place, then I think I'd say they are back. But I've just seen it so many times from Arsenal when they go on a good run of form under Arteta, they're up their high place and then they just drop off. And it's similar with Ole, really, because Arteta, he always goes on either a really bad form and then really good form. It's a bit like Ole, really. So that's what I think.
Yeah, no, I hear that. What about you, Velv? Arsenal, are they back?
Yeah, they are back. Title challenge incoming. Yeah, just let the Arsenal fans get gas. I heard the other day ESR is better than Mo Salah. I don't know what they're smoking.
Yeah,
no.
Gabriel for Ballon d'Or.
Let me guess. You heard. Let me guess. You heard that on the terrace. That seems like something.
It was on Husam's channel. Some guy betted with Husam that Arsenal will finish above Liverpool.
No, well, that's absurd. That's absurd in the best of days. I was on about the Mo Salah.
So Husam's got free money then. So
bloody hell!
I don't know why anyone would do that. Like these Arsenal fans are crazy, man.
That's disgraceful.
Saying stuff like ESR's better. That one guy he came from the terrace. That Georgie guy saying ESR will be a better footballer than Trent because ESR affects more phases of play than Trent. I'm like, I'm actually done with this fan base, man. Like, the fact that you said that with chest as well.
I would be surprised.
They're two different positions.
Well, we
is Smith Rowe a defender?
Not that I checked, but as I say, I'm not awfully surprised that I heard that from the terrace. That's exactly the type of thing that you'd hear. But no, it's disgraceful. Mane will walk in January. Apparently, I don't think Chris likes Liverpool. You know,
who is this Indy Cali guy?
He has the players, and the difference between him and Mourinho is that he isn't washed. Indy Cali, a well-respected journalist within football Twitter.
Mourinho's finished, bruv. Like, he's losing it out of Roma, man. It's too funny.
Wolf says, hello, lads. Big up, Wolf. How are we doing? Nuno Spurs had surprised me. It didn't surprise me. I saw this coming. It surprises me as Spurs have the pool to bring in Conte, but that is the surprise for me. I expected Nuno to get sacked. Well, actually, I think because I said realistically, who takes the Tottenham job when you've tried 13 different approaches for managers? But maybe I got that comment wrong. But apparently, Conte will take it, which suggests to me that he wasn't really wanted by United. But let's talk Leicester. Is this year the year that they start falling off a bit? Because they've had a absolute howler. I don't know where they're sitting in the league.
I think I'll check it. They're 11th.
Yeah, so they're having an absolute shocking start to the season.
And they're bottom of the Europa League.
Yeah, they're bottom of their Europa League. Is this the year that Leicester fall off with Brendan Rodgers? And should we expect to see another sacking at some point in the near future from Leicester? Paul, we'll start with you.
I mean, I don't know whether it could turn into a bit of a Liverpool scenario. He takes us as far as he can. Again, I don't want to comment on too much that I haven't got a lot of knowledge about. But I mean, it could go either way. Obviously, Leicester haven't had the best start to the season, but it could change. If it doesn't change, then I mean, it's for the club to evaluate the regime that they've got in, the project that they've got in, and another manager to bring in a similar or completely different subject and all that malarkey. So leave it to the pros, I think.
It is that sort of part of the season of it's a roundabout now where managers start losing jobs and all of this. Not that I ever want to see a manager lose their job. But look, I'm not going to do a whole Gary Neville and say I never want a manager sacked, because at the end of the day, if they're underperforming, I think we all know what happens. And
Gary Neville sucks Ole's dick, bro.
Oh, he does, but he sucks most managers' dicks, to be fair. My view on it is, look, if a manager's underperforming, I will say that he should probably be sacked, because especially in that in that area, you're not immune to public criticism. Believe it or not, in previous jobs, I've had customers tell me that I should have been sacked. I normally responded with "fuck off," but you know, no one's immune from criticism in life, and that includes managers. Loved Ollie's formation, 3 at the back, 2 at the front works. If he continues this, I'll be Ollie in. Their centre backs is best centre back is Fofana, and he is a massive miss. So is Johnny Evans, to be fair. 3 at the back, 2 at the front. Bam, 3-0, 3 points, clean sheet, and a job saved. If Ollie doesn't continue this, he is a moron. That was against a really shit side, Spurs side, though. Big up to Chris in the chat as well as Tyler. Love to see it.
Chris.
It wasn't that great. Mystic Rule where Werewolf Spurs were that bad. Win is a win. It has, man. Going good. How about you? And big up to Vapor. Hello. Talking about vapes. But Kenny, Brendan Rodgers, is it his time to go?
I don't think so. I think the main problem with Leicester has been their defense this year. I mean, even in this game, they really only did score because of Ramsdale's efforts. The defense has just been awful this year, and that's because of Wesley Fofana and Johnny Evans being out. I really don't think.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a contributing factor. Like,
I think I don't think Vestergaard is really up to the task. He's just had to be forced to be thrown in basically as soon as possible, which I think adapting to the Leicester team. I think Brendan Rodgers. I don't think he should be sacked. Leicester, they were on a decent form before this. They were after they beat us, they went on that decent form, didn't they? And then this happened. I didn't actually think they were that bad.
Decent. They drew their games, mate. What are you on about?
What?
They were bottom in leads after. It's just how shit you were. That's why. They beat you. Then they went on and bottled the 2-0 lead. Then they got that Carabao Cup against Brighton. They won on pens.
Yeah.
And the defense has been shaky, and it's not Brendan Rodgers' fault because he's still playing the football.
They did go on a good form afterwards though, because they won 3 games in a row. Actually, I'm not going to count the Brighton game, but they won 3 games in a row. So that is a mini run of form basically.
Yeah.
I don't believe that Brendan Rodgers is under any danger. I don't think he should be. I think if this continues when they get Wesley Fofana and Johnny Evans back, I think then you've got to start to ask questions. But I think right now it's too, you know.
I hear that. Tyler says, yeah, just trying to find someone to come on Champions League predictions for my channel. What time are you planning on doing it? Let us know. I mean, there's 4 of us here. I'm sure one of us might be free.
hello.
See?
If it's in the morning, then I'll take shifts at 12
bro.
o'clock. So I won't
You
be.
could just get up.
Yeah, just let us know a time, and I'm sure we can come up with one. Big up to Ravi as well. Could you, fellas, see Brendan going for the Newcastle next season? Potentially.
No.
Arsenal are still a poor side. These wins don't mean much. I hear that. The irony of Neville saying, I don't like seeing a manager lose his job, by the way, a Salford owner who sacks managers for fun. That is very true. Arteta and Ollie have too much luck, have too much luck, too much after this video, probably. So, who's available after this video?
I might be. It depends when it finishes, obviously.
Well, probably in about
Say that
10,
again.
15 minutes time. So it'll be after this video. So probably in about, we're going to be finishing up in about 10, 15 minutes. So,
Sorry, say that again. What did you say, Niall?
So basically, Tyler says the prediction's going to be after this video, so after this stream, and this stream will be around 10 to 15 minutes left. So,
so that was you to speed things up. Okay, cool. Leicestershire, Arsenal good. Ramsdale man of the match. Next game, boom.
Right.
yeah. Is anyone available after this podcast to help Tyler out?
Yeah, I am.
No.
I mean, I could be. How long is it going to run on for?
Tyler, let us know in the comments. I think Kenny's available. You might even have two. You may even have two.
Kenny and Paul.
I just joined this stream 50 minutes late. Let me just say, Kenny, stop interrupting. Niall Gerrard is bum. Arsenal don't have a Champions League. Is that all?
I'm not actually interrupting that man with this stream.
Good old
Oh
Prime.
yeah,
good
and
old
Prime.
Prime.
We mentioned Chelsea are shit as well. So
Tyler says
just a
hour,
bit.
maybe a bit longer. So around about an hour. Just need one person.
I can squeeze that in.
Okay, so Kenny, we've sorted it. Kenny will come on this week for you.
Prime has said he's.
Prime is available, so everyone's available. There you go, Tyler. If you always if you're struggling, if you're struggling, always chuck it into one of our chats. We've always got people around.
Rest in peace, Chris Weens.
Who is the Prime clown? Ouch. I can't believe it. Spurs get Conte and Ollie still at United. Prime or Kenny? Oh, that's a decision for you to make, Tyler. That's not a me decision, not my channel. You can decide.
Okay, Kenny, Prime, boxing match now.
In this game, Burnley won 3-1. Rest in peace, Brentford. In this game, Liverpool drew 2-2. Let's briefly talk about this. Paul, how did you let a 2-0?
Briefly.
How did you let a 2-0
briefly
lead slip?
Well, I do not know. I'll tell you that for sure. It just seemed like the board just got flipped after when the second half started. I thought when that third goal went third goal that got disallowed, we were on top. We were dominating them. We were all over them. And obviously, it was, forgot his name, the person who scored that, Walesy, whether it was, yeah, that was, I was a Walesy, like a great goal
Liverpool
for
target,
Ali.
by the way, FSG, just saying.
Yeah, beautiful goal, like, and then Brighton just done a Liverpool, I guess. And do you know what? They worked really, really hard, and they ran us ragged that second half, and I can say with confidence that they deserved that point. I mean, they could have well deserved 3 points. We were dreadful the second half. There's just loads of times where we let them through where we shouldn't have. They just ran rings around us. It was such a different story to the first half because it was the opposite. I'm annoyed, to be honest. I'm annoyed that we've just gone and beat United 5-0 in their back garden, and then we see this, and then it was a good chance to capitalise on other results in the league. Chelsea, obviously, they won 3-0, but it was 0-0 from like 60 minutes, was it? I think so. Obviously, I was looking at that. City got beat. So it was a bit like, oh yeah, we can do something here, and then
Yeah.
we're the ones who drop points as well. But I mean, in summary, all I can say is well done, Brighton, because you come to Anfield and gave us a show, but we shouldn't be performing like that.
Yeah. No,
But then
I
everyone
hear that.
have their off games, don't they?
I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Kenny trying to get onto Tyler's channel. Up the Hatters is one of them. We are Luton Town. Kenny is now converted to being a Luton Town fan.
Kenny said, "You never walk alone." Then Tyler will let you.
Come on, Luton Town. Nah, I'm not saying
No,
you
you
never
have to say you
walk
never
Kenny,
walk
Kenny,
alone.
Kenny,
I've
shush.
never-
Kenny, shush. But no, look, I'm sure Tyler needs to pick it quickly because we got about 5 minutes. So pick it and yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
Velv, talk to me about this game. Velv, Sri Lanka lost. Haha, dance. Come on, you
Oh,
Englishman,
fuck off.
dance.
Why you have to remind me?
But Velv, talk to me about this game against Brighton, and also has Cucurella emptied his back pocket yet?
I don't know where that tweet come from. I don't know what the Brighton admin was on. Like, was he watching the game? Cucurella got spun, bruv. I don't know what that guy was on. But anyway, like, people talk about we were good in the first half. We weren't that good. Like, I don't know where this notion we were good, we were awful, we were poor. You could also say Brighton weren't good in the first half. It's just, as soon as Naby Keita come off, it's really that we're going to concede many chances because you're playing two progressive eights in Curtis Jones and Knox. You're leaving Henderson in that lone DM, and he can't also cover for Trent when he goes forward. So you're evidently going to leave some space for them to exploit, and they did. And yeah, flipping.
But you've got to admit that second half wasn't it wasn't a good performance. It should have been better. I understand what you're trying to say, but I mean, a team of stature like us, we shouldn't be letting that slip.
Yeah, no, we shouldn't, and that's the downfall. Like, it's just poor. Like, everyone was poor. The only person who could hold their head up high was Mane and Allison. Allison saved us in that game. Mane was doing what the defenders were supposed to do, actually defend in the game, and doing what the attackers were supposed to do. Attack. Like Firmino. Oh my days, that Firmino chance. That I actually can't stop talking about it. Like, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and he fluffs it. I don't know how he's missed that. Even the goalkeeper's dodgy for that game. Like, do you see that goal that he conceded? Well, it was obviously ruled out for handball. Like, he wasn't even having a good game, and we didn't even exploit that. Like, it was a poor performance. Like, Brighton, they deserved to win that game.
At that point, though, we were all over Brighton. It's just it's mad. It wrecks me head to think how we just how the game just got turned on its backside. It's just like,
yeah.
And
No,
I don't want to fume about it too much because
I wouldn't let
like,
Potter's a great manager.
I don't want to be a spoiled brat and say
Yeah.
we should be winning every single game. We're Liverpool.
No, look,
do you know what I mean?
It's fine to be disappointed, and look, Potter's a good manager. Now you need new mods, mate. What's with these week timeouts? I don't know. Maybe it was because you called Prime a clown. I don't know. I trust Prime.
It was prime timed about for the clown thing.
Yeah, I don't know if calling someone a clown. I don't know. Send me an email and I'll look into it. Trying to do a live stream and work out the whole situation, very difficult. Believe it or not, I barely have half a brain, let alone trying to multitask two things at the same time. But yeah, moving swiftly on to the next set of games. Man City losing 2-0 to Palace. How big a shock is this?
Not
really.
Not really.
But no one shot the Manchester City loss 2-0 to Crystal Palace.
Palace is City's bogey team.
Right.
Like, every time Palace go to City's yard, they always turn into prime Barca. I don't know where is this thing. They come on, Zaha turns into prime Messi. Flipping
When there's fans,
Guaita
I
turns
think West
into
Brom
Fran
when we go through the
Buffon.
Hawthorns.
This just showed
But
how overrated
Crystal
City
Palace
are.
deserved it. Although I saw two similar incidents with this red card and the incidents in the Leicester game, which was very similar. And I don't know. I agree this is a red card on Laporte, but I thought Johnny Evans should have got sent off. The last man tackle. But even there, Conor Gallagher, he's a baller, man. Like, he's a baller.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Paul, you seemed a little confused when Kenny and Velv sort of said, "No, we're not surprised." Were you surprised to see City taken out against Palace, especially with how poor they played? And credit to Palace, though. I thought they were really good. I thought tactically, Patrick Vieira got it spot on, pressing City in their own half, not giving them the time that they're given against other teams. I think Patrick Vieira really showed other teams an idea on how to beat City.
Yeah, I probably agree with you there, Niall. I mean, I think it was on Jordan Liverpool game, wasn't it? So I've only really watched the highlights, but from what I've seen, it seemed like, I wouldn't say exactly like the Liverpool performance that we saw on Saturday, because that was because we played really well first half. We just second half we let ourselves down. But yeah, I mean, Palace ran City ragged, and it's that City had an off day as well. It's not normal for City. I don't think it's fairly normal for Liverpool. But yeah, I mean, it probably turn this back onto Liverpool. It could have that could have been a chance for us to capitalise, but I mean, it happened. But really well played to Palace. It seemed like they had a great game. They really took it to the Etihad, and Palace and Brighton really like. What's that? Is that the M Sutton derby? What did he call it?
Oh, the M5 derby.
Yeah, the
M5 derby. Yeah. No, the M5 derby boys have done themselves justice this weekend. Like,
God love the M5 derby. Mustafa says, "Now please mob me. I'm more responsible than Kenny." Look, I said we'll get more mods when we hit 700 to 800. I'm sure Mustafa, you'll be one of the first. Much
I think 600 for Mustafa.
Much of the dismay to probably everyone else. Everyone else who will then no longer be able to control Mustafa. Mustafa, I will give you a mod interview. Ready? Love it. Palace should have won at Arsenal, to be fair. They should have. Absolutely, completely agree there. So, moving on to the next game, we'll just gracefully skip over this. Chelsea with a really good performance. Reece James with a very top performance. Still not better than Trent, but a very good performance. And well done, Chelsea. And then Watford lost 1-0 to Southampton. Southampton starting to look decent-ish.
Good goal from Shea Adams.
Yeah, decent goal. I didn't see it, but I'll take Velv's word
I think
for
it's outside the box. He shot into top corner, something like that. That's good.
That's cute. Then obviously Norwich losing 2-1 to Leeds.
Tim
Krul, you absolute fraud. How have you not saved that Rodrigo
Leeds
shot?
didn't play well at all. Leeds played awful.
I only watched the second half, but it looked quite an evenly matched game, to be honest. Look, very entertaining. Like.
Well, Leeds have been quite shit, so it's hardly a surprise. But I'm not about to mod Mustafa. Mustafa knows that the rules is when we get to about 700, 800 subscribers, I'll make him a mod. Quite simply put, we've got far too many of them already, and half of them just, but I don't know. Half of them, Kenny. And the last game that we will talk about is actually Aston Villa with their 4-1 thrashing from West Ham United. Paul, I'll start with you. David Moyes, he's got this team exactly how he wants them.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. You saw that last season as well. He's doing really well with West Ham United. They've got a really decent team. Obviously they're in European competition now. Whether that takes away from the domestic league, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, Moyes has been at the helm for a while. Yeah, a while, couple seasons,
Yeah.
2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a project there. The fans trust him. The owners trust him. The players trust him. I think that's the main thing. He's got the respect at the dressing room. Yeah, I think it's paid off. I think it's just taking that next step now in terms of a trophy or a long run in the Europa League or top 4. I don't know whether they'll make top 4, but I mean it's just about breaking that cycle, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you there. Also, big up to Chris in the chat. Are you doing Champions League predictions? I'm not. This isn't something that I'm doing on my channel, but T-Boys TV is where you want to be. Straight after this video, after this stream, Tyler is doing Champions League predictions on his channel with Prime. That is the channel you want to go to, T-Boys TV. He is going to do Champions League predictions. So yeah. Is that a Dutch jersey you are wearing, Paul? Bench him, Niall.
Yeah, Euro 88.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it.
okay.
Like, it's one of my favourite
I quite
songs.
like Holland. Question for the panel: is Dean Smith under pressure if results don't go his way in upcoming fixtures? Clearly didn't watch the whole game, Velv. No, I don't think he is at the moment. Please send the link. Okay, Tyler, can you send the link to your stream in the chat, please? It'll be much easier if you do it than me try and find it.
I know. I think only mods can do that.
Huh?
I think only mods could send links in the chat.
Yeah, only mods.
For fuck's sake. I guess I can do it being the owner of the channel, right?
Nah,
Okay, I'll talk about the game then.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, West Ham, they're good. Like, was it Declan Rice? Another masterclass from him. Ben Johnson. I finally know who Ben Johnson is now. Funny celebration. And I saw the reason behind it. His dance celebration, I loved it. And yeah, Aston Villa, I don't know what's happened. People saying John Terry was the reason. Since he's left, Aston Villa don't look that good. Could he be the reason why Dean Smith was succeeding?
really.
Never know, but West Ham, it's still a top 4 race, but I think the real test will be January, where obviously they'll be further down the Europa League and Thursday Night Football, and they have the top 4 race, so they need to figure out which one they want to do. Because I personally think they can actually win Europa League. There are not many good teams in there. I think is Napoli there? Actually, I don't even know who.
There's Leicester, Napoli, Frankfurt, Leverkusen. I think.
Oh, and Lazio as well. Or
Yeah.
I think Lazio is a challenge, but
Lazio
I think Lazio a good team. They're a good team. I think West Ham could win it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Also, I've put in the link to Tyler's channel. He hasn't made the stream yet, so obviously you got to make the stream before you do it. He hasn't made the link to the stream, but there's the link to his channel. Make sure you just go to his channel. Subscribe with notifications on. You'll get a notification when he goes live. That's why we do it over here. Yeah, that is big. It's not. It's a big channel, more than Null or no. I have more, but look, subscribe is only a little definition of what a channel's like. A channel can be good with smaller subscribers and building. That's just how YouTube works. The grind is real. But no, subscribers don't matter in terms of how good a channel is. It just defines how big and what club you get into. For example, you can get Goldbridge if you've got something, but you know, well, your channel looks more quality. Thank you. Kabak is only clear of Carlisle centre back Rob McDonald. That I can agree on.
No cab-back slander, man. Free him from Norwich.
Big up Niall for another quality show. Thank you. Also big up to Chris. So before we leave you, let's look at the league table. This was done before West Ham obviously won as well. So it's Chelsea top of the summit, 3 points clear of Liverpool, with Manchester City and West Ham both on 20 points.
Sorry, Niall. Who are Liverpool?
Liverpool.
I think the correct phrase is Liverpool.
Nah, Liverpool.
I think FC.
That just sounds like what I get on Aldi. Hey, are you from Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Liverpool.
The most disappointing side.
You got West Ham. West Ham might even snatch top four. West Ham might snatch top four. You got United and Arsenal in Europa League spots. Brighton are in the Europa Conference League spot. Spurs down to 8th, providing Everton don't win today. Leicester in 11th. Wolves, if they win, could jump above Spurs and Brighton. They'll go to 7th. So it's working there well with Bruno Lage. Brentford 12th, Palace 13th, Southampton 14th, Villa down in 15th, which I don't think anyone would have expected at the start of the season. Watford are up into 16th. Burnley are now down because Leeds won on Sunday as well. So Leeds are in, I want to say 16th, but I think they're 17th.
And Burnley are 17th, yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure Burnley are in the relegation.
Burnley are 18th. Burnley are 18th.
And Leeds are 17th. Newcastle down in 19th and Norwich bottom of the league with minus 21 goal difference already. 6 or 7 of them coming from Chelsea. So yes, Chris says I like 2 of your channels. Love to see it. Kabak is a forward, not even better than Maguire.
Kabak has more clean sheets than Maguire and stuff.
Okay, cool. We don't really look at them because they're whatever. But before we wrap up, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. No, we haven't quite got time for Team of the Week. I'm going to work on how to do this shorter. Probably not spending 30-40 minutes talking about United Spurs would probably help. But we're go fitting because I've got to go and record the Argyle podcast with Liam to go up on the Football Fan app. So do make sure you check that out as well. All the live shows we did on Thursday and Friday for Liverpool show, Chelsea show, and United show were put up today. So if you haven't watched it already, go watch it on the Football Fan app. It gives us a good view. And lots of exciting things coming with us and Football Fan app. So do keep that, bear that in mind. Very exciting up and coming app. So make sure that you check that out. Mustafa says Niall out. Nice. Chris says someone time me out. Oh God, no, I don't think no one would have.
No, Chris, he's fine. I think he's tapped in capitals. That's why.
Fuck knows, Chris. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's just being weird today. But no. For a minute. Oh, that'll be probably caps or something. But as I said, I've got to go and record the Argyle podcast for the Football Fan app. We'll be back tomorrow for the watch along of Atalanta versus Manchester United. I'm not, and I emphasize this, not bothering doing a watch along for Chelsea versus Mulder. Is it Mulder they're playing? Malmo. Yeah, I'm not doing a watch along for Malmo versus Chelsea. I have absolutely. I'm not even going to watch that game. To be completely honest with you. What time is the show for Champions League predictions? I'm guessing in around 5 minutes. That would be my guess. But before you do go, as I say, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Check out our socials, Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL _, and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Join our Discord server. In the link is in the description if you so wish to. But Paul, where can they find you, mate?
Wrong way. right here.
Paul works
And then
for
from
Arsenal.
there, I work for Arsenal. Yeah, I took over from Gunnosaurus, mate. No, yeah, it's right here. From there, Paul Wright LFC Twitter. From there, you can find my various article for the Copite and a few for the Anfield Rap as well. And I mean, I might as well while I'm here. I do music as well, so you can go and follow Paul Connor Music on TikTok and Instagram if you want. But yeah, if you're only interested in the footy stuff, just yeah.
There we go. Make sure you check him out. Kenny, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter at KennyV210. Of course, you're going to have to request the account because it's private. You can find me on YouTube, KennyTV, and Twitch, Kenny the United Fan. And also, there's a reason Eminem has been afraid to diss Paul, because there's a reason. Paul spitting out bars.
What?
Love it. Love it, Kenny.
No, I'm not one of them. Acoustic, mate.
Yeah, gotta love it. What about you, Velv? Where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Vel_skills. Fuck Grant Hanley.
What is your problem with Grant Hanley?
He's just shit, is he?
Okay.
3 years on Kabak as well.
Free Ozan Kabak. Okay. Love it. Velv,
nice one.
Yeah.
I've just seen a notification pop up
Not
on
a
my
problem.
phone.
Not a problem. Let's Talk Premier League is going to follow it because we're all good there. What time you starting at? 5 minutes. Yeah, he said it would be after this stream, so I presume in the next 5 minutes or something like that. But I've got to go because I need to go and record the Argyle podcast. Liam is already going to be in there and he is going to go. You're late. Yes, I'm very late. My apologies. But until next time, guys.
On Monday Night Football. What
thanks.
the fuck?
Shut up, Velv. But thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching and peace out.